Good day, everyone. Today we will be presenting a report on methods in historical research, modern approaches, and practices. This presentation will explore several contemporary methods used by historians in uncovering and understanding the past, particularly focusing on online research, archival research, life histories, and biographical research, as well as local histories and public engagement. So let us begin. Historical research aims to uncover human experiences and understand societal changes over time. Traditionally, this was done through books, written records, and first hand accounts. However, modern historical research now blends traditional methods with digital tools, making it more accessible, dynamic, and inclusive. In this report, we will look into five key methods: online research, archival research, life histories and biographical research, local and oral history, and interaction through shrines and museums. So, first, doing historical research online. Online historical research involves the use of digital platforms, databases, and online archives to gather and analyze historical information. This method supports remote access to a wide array of primary and secondary sources, making research broader and faster. Examples of online platforms include the Google Scholar, Wikipedia, Quora, Scribd, Google, and Europeana. So this is Europeana is a digital platform for cultural heritage. Online research increases accessibility to historical data. It allows researchers, students, and even the general public to participate more actively in historical inquiry without the limitations of physical location. So, the advantages are it is available 24/7, equipped with powerful search tools, and supports digital analysis such as text mining and optical character recognition. Disadvantages are some archives may be incomplete or not digitized, and there are concerns about authenticity and credibility. Important contextual details may be lost when viewing materials digitally. Next is doing historical research in archives. Archival research involves the investigation of original documents, records, and artifacts preserved in physical repositories, such as national archives and libraries. A key example here in the Philippines is the National Museum of Natural History in Manila. This method provides access to authentic original historical materials such as manuscripts, letters, official documents, and physical artifacts. These sources are critical in producing well supported historical interpretations. Advantages are it offers first hand, often unpublished materials. The physical context, such as handwriting or paper quality, adds depth to historical interpretation. Disadvantages are access may be limited due to preservation rules or location, time consuming and requires physical presence, and materials are fragile and subject to strict handling policies. And next is doing life histories and biographical research. Biographical research focuses on individual life stories. It reveals how personal experiences contribute to broader and historical events. It typically involves exploring various life aspects such as family, education, career, social influences, and personal contributions. A prime example is the life and works of Dr. Jose Rizal, whose biography is deeply tied to the Philippine struggle for independence. This method allows us to connect the personal to the historical, making events more relatable and highlighting the roles of individuals in shaping history. It is especially important in amplifying the voices of those often left out in mainstream narratives. Advantages provides a rich, personalized understanding of history, sheds light on marginalized or lesser known perspectives, and disadvantages are kanang may suffer from subjectivity and memory bias and raises ethical concerns regarding privacy and informed consent.
So now, I'll be reporting the doing local and oral history and interacting with history through historical shrines and museum. So first and foremost, no, historical research encompasses a variety of methods and approaches that provide rich and diverse insights into past events. And there are two critical aspects of historical research, which are doing local and oral history and interacting with history through historical shrines and museum, since they offer a unique perspective on understanding history. Local and oral history allows us to explore history from the ground up, focusing on smaller communities and the voices often left out of the mainstream narratives. In contrast, historical shrines and museums provide tangible connections to the past, allowing individuals to physically engage with artifacts, places, and memories of significant historical events. And this report basically explores both approaches in detail. Now, let us first define what is local history. Local history focuses on studying the history of a particular area, community, or region. So, unlike traditional national history, which tends to highlight major political events or figures, local history emphasizes the experience of ordinary people and the specific developments in a particular place. This can include understanding local economies, traditions, institutions, and the role of people in shaping their community's past. Now, here are the importance of local history. So, the importance of local history lies, local history plays a crucial role in preserving and understanding the unique stories and experiences and identities of communities. By focusing on the local level, it helps highlight the experiences of marginalized or ordinary individuals whose contributions may be overlooked in a broader national narrative. Also, this approach uncovers unique insights into how local populations interacted during significant historical events, such as political upheavals or periods of colonialism. Additionally, local history fills gaps in the national histories, offering a more nuanced and diverse perspective on the past that enriches our understanding of history as a whole. Studying local history also allows us for a deeper connect appreciation of the cultural practices, traditions, and way of life specific to each community, fostering for preservation of local heritage, and it also empowers community by giving them a sense of pride and connection to their history by strengthening local identity and belonging. Now, for example, studying the history of a small rural town in the Philippines may reveal unique insights into how communities interacted during periods of political upheaval or colonial rule, offering a nuanced understanding of history that might not be reflected in national accounts. Now, oral history is a method of historical research that relies on interviews with individuals who have lived through significant events or periods. So, this method are especially valuable when written records are scarce or absent, as it allows researchers to capture the memories and the personal accounts of people who were directly involved or impacted by historical events. Now, here are the list of importance of oral history. Number one, it preserves personal narrative since it captures first-hand experiences for a more detailed perspective on history. It gives voice, of course, to the marginalized groups, which includes the stories from underrepresented communities. It enhances historical understanding since it offers emotional and personal insights into past events. And also, it preserves, of course, the cultural traditions since it maintains the languages and cultural practices. And then, it provides a richer perspective since it adds depth to historical events. Now, for example, oral histories from World War II survivors in the Philippines offer insights into the civilian experience during the Japanese occupation, providing a contrast to to the political and military perspective commonly found in written accounts. By interviewing local elders and community members, researchers can piece together narratives that help us understand not just what happened, but how people felt, survived, and remembered those times. Now, we are interacting with history through historical shrines and museum. Now, historical shrines are places of historical significance that commemorate events, figures, or movements that have shaped the nation or community's history. In the Philippines, historical shrines often mark the sites of important battles, revolutionary movements, or birthplaces of national heroes. Now, for instance, the Rizal Shrine in Calamba, Laguna marks the birthplace of Dr. Jose Rizal, the Philippines' national hero. These sites are not just places of remembrance, but also offer an opportunity to reflect on history of a nation and its values. Now, visiting historical shrines allows us individuals to engage history in a more personal and meaningful way by walking through the sites where significant events occurred or where important figures were born or worked provides a connection to the past. The physical presence in these actions can inspire a great appreciation or for the sacrifices made by individuals or communities in shaping history. Like for example, the Corregidor Island, it is the site of fierce battles during World War II. Is now a historical shrine where visitors can tour the island remains, fortifications, memorials, and ruins, while learning about the struggles faced by Filipino and American forces. Since this shrine can serve as a living reminder of the past, preserving the collective memory of historical events for future generations. Now, museums are crucial institutions for preserving and interpreting historical artifacts, offering visitors an opportunity to engage with history through tangible objects. Museums house a variety of artifacts, including clothing, tools, art, and documents, all of which provide insight into all the lives people from different periods and places. Museums also create exhibits that explain historical events, movements, and individuals, helping to contextualize the significance of these artifacts. Now, in the Philippines, museums like National Museum of the Philippines and the Ayala Museum offer comprehensive exhibits on Filipino history, culture, and heritage. These museums feature collections that showcase the evolution of the nation from pre colonial times to the present. Museums also often include interactive exhibits, allowing visitors to engage with history in dynamic ways, for instance, through multimedia displays or reconstructions of historical events, where visitors can gain a deeper understanding of how history unfolded. Now, in addition to national museums, smaller local museums and private collections often provide a unique perspective on regional history. The Mindanaoan Heritage Museum, for example, offers a glimpse into rich cultural history of Mindanao indigenous people, highlighting the region's diverse heritage and tradition. Now, he, now here are the benefits of interacting with history. Um, Both historical shrines and museums contribute significantly to the public's history education. This institution allows people to physically engage with history and enhancing the learning experience. Historical shrines, by providing access to significant sites, encourage reflection on the nation's history, while museums help preserve artifacts and provide context for understanding the past. Now, moreover, these venues provide opportunities for education and tourism. Visitors, both local and foreign, can learn about history through guided tours, exhibits, and educational programs. This interaction with history fosters a deeper understanding of a nation's cultural heritage and national identity. Now, in conclusion, doing local and oral history as well as interacting with history through historical shrines and museums are vital components of historical research. Local and oral history allows researchers to uncover the personal and often overlooked narratives that shape broader historical contexts. Meanwhile, historical shrines and museums provide tangible connections to the past, allowing people to engage directly with history through artifacts and sites of significance. Together, these methods foster a more inclusive and multidimensional understanding of history, ensuring the diverse voices and experiences are preserved for future generations.